The world's largest airport terminal is ready to welcome visitors from around the world just 5 months before the start of the Beijing Olympic Games. As we've learned, it's been a smooth takeoff for Terminal Number 3 at Beijing's Capital International Airport.
A new gateway to Beijing and a new gateway to the Olympics. A soaring aerodynamic roof and dragon-like form celebrate the poetry of flight and welcome visitors to the Games. Some 60% of the international passengers, including athletes and officials, are expected to take charter flights into Terminal 3 for the Olympics due to start on August the 8th. And passengers who have experienced this world-class terminal have been very impressed.
Very fancy.
So far, very efficient.
My husband is outside to make photos.
They have a good service.
I enjoy the architecture.
I'm satisfied.
The first building in the world to break through the 1 million square metre barrier, Terminal 3 is larger than Terminals 1 and 2 combined. So far, more than 2.5 million passengers and 700,000 pieces of luggage have made their way through the terminal. Baggage also moves quickly at Terminal 3. The facility can handle 20,000 pieces an hour. The conveyor belt can move as fast as 7 meters a second, which is 7 times faster than most equipment now in use. 28 airline companies now operate at Terminal 3, which sees as many as 600 takeoffs and landings every day, with daily passenger volumes in excess of 90,000. The terminal was constructed in just 4 short years, combining Chinese elements of design with the latest trends in airport construction.
In architectural presence of the building externally is its roof, and again that is very similar to traditional Chinese architecture, where the roof is the overriding architectural form.
Especially consideration is about the size, right? And you can understand that in Beijing the temperature variation would be something like -10 degrees in winter and maybe plus 40 degrees centigrade in summer.
In terms of thermal expansion and contraction of the roof and the structure, that one is carefully thinking about in terms of jointing of the structure. It's an earthquake zone here as well, so we have to design for seismic forces which govern over wind forces you'd get, say, elsewhere in the world.
Terminal 3 will help Beijing Capital International Airport increase its passenger handling capacity to 76 million per year. An estimated 17,000 athletes and officials will flock to the city before arriving at the venues. Terminal 3 is ready for the world, and it will be the first part of the Beijing experience for athletes and spectators alike.
Indeed, for such a structure, you have to really stand in it to understand how big it really is. And I'm actually quite surprised the first time I used T3 because of all the warnings that you get from friends or colleagues saying this is a new airport, so things might get wrong. So I was there 2 hours, a good 2.5 hours, I guess, before my flight departure time. Actually, I was so shocked that it took me only 15 minutes to get into the security. I mean, this is such a contrast. I might be lucky, but that really shocked me nicely.
Even if you're not taking a flight anywhere, this is an incredible place to see. I've been to Terminal 3 twice now on business and going places, and not just is everything new, but everything is modern and up to date, easily within the same level of expertise that the major airports in Hong Kong and Shanghai also have as well. If there's any way to show how that the Olympic Games can improve life for citizens of a city, this is really it.
Yeah, and I think that the important thing we have to look at is also the tremendous amount of efforts that the Beijing government has put into to ensure that the Olympic Games will be a successful one, because without a good operation system, it is simply impossible to move things over to the T3 without causing great chaos, as is in the case in some other international airports.